Hello everybody, Manithral here. Welcome to the weekly update video for RS3. Now this week we have a patch week, so yeah, if you're not really too looking forward to that, not really sure what to tell you, but we do have a scheduled maintenance to give you a little bit of heads up. So Tuesday, March 12th at 900 to 1100 UTC, which is 1 to 3 PST, and 19 to 2100 EST. The Worlds will be down for approximately 2 hours. So, hey, hopefully they can have it back up even earlier. There is a Prime Gaming. March has been the final drop. So there's some important news. Sheriff Escapers who benefit from the loot via Prime Gaming. Their campaign with Prime Gaming has come to an end. So, as a result, there will be no more RuneScape Prime Gaming loot drops for this foreseeable future. So this is disappointing news to some. Others, maybe nothing. It's hard to say. That depends on where you fall. There is a forum's sunsetting. The March 28th is the final date. So ahead of the forums finalizing their shutdown on March 28th, they would like to remind players who wish to save any information or posts to do so ahead of time of the final date. So, kind of important to keep in mind. And then all this really means is they're doing this where they're going basically from the forums into mostly just Discord. So there is still a way. It's not like they're discommunicating or anything like that. Live stream calendar this week is Wednesday, March 13th. It's about Easter. So there is going to be an Easter event this year, as per usual. And Treasure Hunter calendar, don't forget, this is still going, but it ends on March 13th as the Academy Heroes. The schedule right now currently exists as March 11th to the 12th, the Echo of Croasis and Fungal Overrides. And then on the 13th, there is all of the above. So, keep in mind, this is soon coming to an end if you missed out. But March 14th to the 18th is the loot rooms. So do check that out if you're interested in that. Patch notes for this week. So as you're familiar with, last week was Game Jam. But this is the updates that still came out for this week. So the hotfix, these updates have been applied during the previous week. Damage numbers for the manifestation of Rethador's corruption shop have been corrected. Fixed an issue that made auto and special attacks in legacy combat mode much more powerful than intended. This fix affects PVM and PvP, so it should be brought more in line. Fix an issue that allowed the instability special attack to be cast with no cooldown if you swap to the Lunar Spellbook before activating the special. Fix an issue that meant players that died before Thought Smashing buffs started were unable to reclaim any items held by death. Fix an issue that allowed some players to start Mandra's Slayer challenge before reaching level 101 in the Slayer skill. Combat update. The position of freedom animation was raised so it doesn't appear on the floor. Completed a passover animation priorities for the ranged abilities to ensure animations feel more fluid. Corruption Blast now spreads correctly when fighting certain Slayer monsters. Fix an issue that caused Metamorphosis' ability to reduce PvP damage rather than increase it. The Split Soul icon now correctly reverts back to Soul Split when the buffs are cleared. Fix an issue that caused the Draconic Slash, Dragon's Scimitar, special attack to be removed from the player's buff bar upon being recast before the cooldown had finished. The Kandrin graphical update, lighting brightness has been adjusted in Profundus. The blue crystal has been changed back to the white on top of the walls of Profundus. Quest requirement cleanup corrected a couple typos when using the rose-tinted lenses on Betty's counter during the While Gothic Sleeps. Added a handling for Hand in the Sand and While Gothic Sleeps when both quests are eligible to use Betty's counter. Added 43 magic requirement to Dimension Disaster Defender of Rock, as it previously relied on inheriting 59 magic from Family Crest via Defender of Rock. Removed a couple of lingering 30 defense requirements from between a rock and between a rock's golden helmet. Lowered while Gothic Sleep's 65 defense requirements 40 defense. It no longer requires the King's Ransom, which no longer requires 65 defense. In a Blood Runs Deep, Brunt the Chieftain will now only comment about one of the benefits of the Fremennik Sea Boots 3 if you claim this reward. Necromancy. Max has finished leveling Necromancy and has reclaimed his Max Cape. Players will no longer see a message about unlocking new appearances for Miso after each Raziel kill if they're above 1,000 kills, but have not yet unlocked the base Miso pet. Small Turos had 42 range instead of attack. This has been corrected. Fix an issue that prevented Miso's sound effects from appearing, video effects, from appearing if the pet was used as a familiar override. General, fix an issue that prevented rune pads in the Zamrock boss fight from charging. Fix an issue that caused the reward information text to overlap with the icons within Treasure Hunter probabilities interface for certain promos. Fix a typo in Air Mage's staff in the Oddment store. Fix an issue that caused fully charged augmented items to display that are running out of charge. Rebalance the mini bosses in the Desert Slayer dungeon mini quest. They all have more HP, damage, and have been cleaned up in general. The Basilisk boss is in the Desert Slayer dungeon mini quest, deals magic damage. The Basilisk boss deals damage to players that wear a mirror shield as well. The camera tilt effect inside the Barrows Rise of the Sixth instance has been disabled. Camera shake setting is now taken into account during the dungeon collapse sequence. Camera shake intensity has been reduced. Removed a reference to Protean planks as an option in the required items list of the new Foundations quest, since Protean planks can no longer be substituted for planks. Various monster attacks that left icicles on the grounds are no longer festive. Master Completionist and Master Trim Completionist capes can now be worn with active grace period. Both the exit option for the sinkhole, both the exit options for the sinkhole are now available. The Fairy Wand can now be keepsake for completing Fairy Tale 3 quest, and the wand won't disappear from the keepsake box when the quest is completed. Fix an issue that caused the boss timer in Vorkast boss fight to display time since the last game's update. Resolved an issue that caused the experience from the Tears of Guthix minigame to be given to an incorrect skill. The Clan Cloak will now remain equipped if a player logs out. Fix an issue that caused a Dark Shard of Leng and Dark Sliver of Leng to use incorrect inventory icons. In the Community Showcase, we have some awesome artwork up first by Legend Arts, which is kind of depicting the 5 of the different gods. So we have Zeros, Saren, Saradomin, Guthix, and Zamrock. And then Mohiffin has drawn us a new map of the map of RuneScape, which you're thinking, oh, a new map, but it also shows all the islands from the player import, which is actually pretty cool. And then we go into RuneTube with the RS Guy. Combat in RuneScape just got a massive upgrade, so this is everything you need to know. That came out last week. They did a full deep dive on this, and there is a lot of changes, and I even have a video on it, and I think the video is quite lengthy and went over every single one of the changes as well. Scaper screenshots, form a line, lads. Sir Theodore is trying to get new recruits up to speed, so looks like he's trying to train some people there. And then somebody got very festive. Divination, it can be magical time or horroring experience. Ask Kleptomama, and as you can see here, there is a ton of Protean logs being burned, as well as a whole sorts of stuff going on at the divination spot. Pink Skirt player events. So this week we have a few things going on. Skill and Chill, hosted by Mandy Pandy, Holbiddle, and Spirits of the Arayanwin clan. I cannot say that name. Still, all these years, still can't say it. This will be Thursday, March 14th at 1900 game time, World 252, location 4, and 3. Next, Angel of Death, hosted by Pippi Spot in the Boss Guild. This will be Friday, March 15th at 2000 game time, World 88, God Wars Dungeon, Ancient Prison. FC is the Boss Guild. And then we have the Community Spotlight for One Small Adventure, which is still going on, so if you're not familiar, do go and check that out. And then there's also a RuneScape art community that's having its 5th birthday anniversary. So congratulations for that, still going strong. And hopefully there's a whole bunch more to go for that. But that's actually it for this week. Do expect the Halloween, well, not the Halloween, but the Easter event to be coming here soon. So see what happens next week. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.